But still, there's something in the method and this part of the teacher. It's like an inner guidance that happens between him and the students that takes place, especially in the lesson. That's what we understand. It's not enough to just take writings and try to implement it, but to be present while the teacher's giving the lesson and trying to do work at the same time together and towards him.
Yes.
So what, in our days, especially for us, the world Kli, that place called the lesson?
To learn that connection is the goal, and all we have to learn is only to realize this goal. The connection as tens, as hundreds, as thousands, a connection of all the people in the world. That's what we have to learn. And then this way, we will be rewarded with whatever the Creator wishes to pass on to the created beings. It will go through us, and we'll have to try to reach that. To be the part, the mechanism, the system that connects the Creator with all the people in the world. Yes.
What does the teacher give in the lesson that he doesn't give in his writings?
It's impossible to say what that is. It's an internal spirit. It's an approach to life that you can't pass by words. Even if you learn music from someone, it's clear that what you're getting is his internality along with it. Corporeal internality, but you still get something. The way of thinking, questions and answers, all these things, this is what builds a person, it reformats him. And through this shape he gets, that's why he's called a student. What makes him a student? As he learned from his teacher, he got the form of the teacher. And he takes one step forward with it. You can't do it in any other way. That's how we are all the students of Adam HaRishon. We're all the result of all the Kabbalists. That's all. Okay?
No.
Well, Zohar, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I wanted to say that we are demanding watching the prayers and Yom Kippur. It's very important. We were all connected in North America. There were about 100 people. The whole New York group was full of people, and we just watched the rerun, but we watched it together on Yom Kippur, and it was very special. Obviously, we were dying to be with you in every lesson, but...
I don't understand. What did they see on Yom Kippur? Oh, a recorded lesson. Okay, got it.
It was just very special, and we felt together, and it was special. I wanted to ask about something you said today. It's about difficulty compared to softness. On one hand, we want to tell people, do this and do that, and importance and so on. On the other hand, we don't want to take somebody's choice away from him and coerce anybody. So what should be a guideline? Because we have new students, we have tens, we have... what's the guideline between the softness and the hardness that you have to, on the other hand, there has to be an area for each one to choose from.
When people come over to us, they should start studying without any commitment. Later, bit by bit, they start taking commitments, which are connection, starting to be more and more devoted, dedicated towards connection and nothing else. But before that, we have to give them this knowledge that the connection is our correction. And besides that, there is no correction. The correction means to reveal spirituality. Otherwise, we'll stay as beasts. And you're asking, what are we limiting them by? If he wishes to continue, he can continue, but only under the condition that he connects. If he doesn't connect, he doesn't advance. And if he doesn't advance, he becomes a burden. How can that be? Some people don't connect to others. But the question is he incapable of it? Or he says, to begin with, he says, this is not for me, without examining it. Here, this is a problem. In short, one must suffer and give everyone their time until they understand it. It may take years until one understands that the connection is necessary. It's not that someone invented it. And it's not like in a kindergarten that they say, be all connected and be good children. It's the correction of creation. That's all. So,
They're friends that are like in a 10. They hear you say, if you don't come to the morning lesson, you're not my student. So then he says, look, I'm your friend in the 10. You don't come to the lesson. I don't want to hear you in the workshop. You're not my friend. There's a confusion that is...
This is no confusion. For each, the way he accepts the conditions of the upper world, everyone wants to come and to feel what the upper world means and how it feels, this upper system that organizes and fulfills us and gives us even corporeality and corporeal life. But the fact that we all have to be connected together to get the right impression from the upper world, to have the response, to raise man, to receive mud, this is something we cannot explain to ourselves. We can't, because our ego is stronger, and it works on us in a way that it doesn't let us do it so much. So you need time for it. You need to be persistent. But because the whole world is coming closer to it, there is no choice. Everyone will receive it. Everyone will receive. That's why, if they're struggling in the groups, okay, let them struggle. Let them fight each other. What can you do about it? All you have to do is to try to explain that the connection has to be above all, but with no coercion. However, no coercion, and that's important. Meaning, everyone has to understand, I'm not attracted towards the connection because I have a big ego. On the one hand, it's good, it's big. Then my vessel will be bigger. On the other hand, it's not good because I have to annul it. And this is difficult. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, you may say, annul yourself as much as you can, because the vessel includes 10. It's not your own ego that becomes the vessel. With your ego, you can succeed in the corporeal world. In the spiritual world, you can only succeed by the number of connections. The number of connections. Either 10 or 100 or 1,000. Just like Moses counted the people of Israel then. But not one person is one point. It's only one number. And there is no one bigger or smaller here. Your size is measured by the number. It's like a computer, like the number of digits you're connecting. And each one equals one, not more. One may be with greater coarseness or lesser coarseness. It doesn't matter. Okay?